Hi everybody, welcome once again to TFT Tarot for today, and this is Goth Tarot. It's my weekly look into shadowy issues of our lives and see what may be bugging us or what's going on that we don't necessarily know about, and or how we can use our dark superpowers to get us through it all. So we start off in this 5-card reading, and I use a multi-layered system where I use a number of different decks, all with a kind of requisite darker theme. But we start off with the dark design, which is kind of like the look at the environmental factors that are around us right now. And so for that, I am going to use my fairly new Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot. And it's a brilliant reimagining of tarot through the lens of various media from an earlier point in time, such as movie posters and pulp novel fiction covers and monster magazine covers and horror magazine covers. So it's very clever. It's called the Todd Alcott's Horror Tarot. And I've been thinking about some of the reading, so I'm going to just sort of do a little bit of ad hoc-ish as we go along. So some of these decks I may interpret reversals, and some I may flip back around to right side and only interpret them right side, but I'll kind of mention it as we're going along here. So here we go again with the dark design. And this is our environment around us. This is kind of like, let's get wire out of the way, kind of like what's going on right now. It's the Ace of Swords. And this will be one that I wish to leave in its original format as reversed. So we have the reversed Ace of Swords as our dark design. And I think our idea is we feel like something has really failed us. And it's most likely ourselves. We mostly feel that we have not been able to take charge of something perhaps important, something significant. And so this sense of a failure is kind of making us pretty bummed and sad, and it may be coloring the overall environmental feel. It's the dark design, the sense of having failed in a significant task or venture of some sort. So of course there may be some other things going on around that, such as gossip or people talking behind your back, and so that leads us to position 2, which I call the Dark Whispers. And the Dark Whispers, I use the Murder of Crows Tarot, which I've used here many times in different reading formats for Goth Tarot. And now I liken us to thinking of those crows' wings as whispers in the dark, telling us the kind of things we should be trying to hear, or what we will actually find out about. And it could be, of course, gossip, or it could just be what people are saying that you should try to know about. It's the Queen of Swords. I think that people probably feel like butting into your business, and there may be this sense of, well, you should have did this, you should have did that, you should have held the line on a certain decision, is mostly what I get from the Queen of Swords. You should have been the person ready to mete out justice or strength or force as necessary. And so maybe people are talking about you in that respect, you know, a negativity about you, saying, oh, you should have did this. So these are things that may concern you. They just may be something you need to know about. It's always likely, too, that maybe this indicates a sense of a judgment being made against you too, that maybe if this was involving you having a certain level of responsibility, maybe there's somebody who's also thinking now you shouldn't be left with that responsibility, or that they can do better and that they should take over. So now that leads us to position 3, the dark truth, the reality that you may not want to believe in, but you will probably have to accept. And for this, I'm going to use the Uncommon Tarot, because of course the truth is often anything but uncommon. That was kind of trite of me to say it that way, but so I did. At any rate, what is the dark truth? What is the reality that you must accept? It's the Ten of Pentacles. It's upright, so that's not so bad. That's a reality that you must accept. It may be that you'll have to look to the unit around you for strength and sustenance. It may be that there are strong forces that will support you, and that a lot of this could have been about trying to stop you from stepping out on your own and reminding you to some degree that you have a debt in some manner to those maybe who have sustained you or protected you or given you a foundation or a home. So this could be family people, this could be the workplace. This could be the workplace saying the dark truth is that you can never really get away, that you are owned by them. But that idea of being owned could be relative to some other things too, emotional relationships or other situations. So I think it's good to think of it that respect. But when you think about that, it really sucks. And so for that, our next position are the dark shadows, for which I will use a vampire kind of themed or inspired deck to suggest to us what is it that is draining us, what is sucking our life away, beyond the idea that we have that to deal with, of course, that in and of itself of being owned. But I'm using the new Tarot of the Vampires by Charles Harrington, who's done a number of these kind of, well, maybe 1 or 2 vampire decks, and he's not the artist, he's just the interpreter. It's a very, very nice deck. Very clever, beautiful designs. And of course, slightly stiff to shuffle at this point in the stage. But what sucks, really? What is it that drains us? What is the vampire that we need to beware of? Reverse King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, it just does seem to be flowing along in a story of some sort. You know, what? Is this like a mafiosa family? The King of Pentacles reversed could be that kind of bad boss, bad person who thinks they're in charge of you. So a torturous father symbol of some sort. Maybe they're your partner in some respects, something like that. But there is this quality, if they're not a person who is actually draining you, they may feel like more than owning you, that they feel that you have to do for them no matter what they do for you. They sort of have this feeling of impunity in a respect. And I have the feeling too that in terms of really providing for you, helping you, sustain you, give you some sense of security or whatever, they suck at that. They really aren't good. I have a feeling that they could be causing the sense of failures, and yet somehow you seem to be in a situation where maybe you have to break free of them. You're beholden to them in some ways. And so the idea of the Queen of Swords there is saying maybe everyone else around you or other situations is saying you need to take charge of that. You need to make that decision to get rid of this sucky person. Okay, enough said with that. So perhaps then you need to know, what is your dark gift? What is the way that you can alleviate this or find some resources, intuition, skills, or whatever that can maybe help you return the favor or just sort of, get beyond this. And I'm going to use my Dark Arts Cthulhu. What's the full name of that? It's the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot. And I haven't used it very often here, neither at TFT or in any other readings. It's kind of a unique deck, and so I don't really want to use it very often, to be totally honest. But the other thing is that many of the suit cards are pip cards, and I don't find that they're visually attractive enough. And if you haven't guessed, I'm really trying to find some sense of really attractive looking decks to show everybody. I think that's a big part of our mission here in TFT, is that we're obviously collectors, but we want to share that art of tarot. All right. So what is the dark gift? What is your innate abilities or resources that may be able to help you out? It's the reverse Chariot. Now, I do like the major arcana. They are definitely picturesque enough. Your dark gift maybe is realizing that this could be a no-win situation. This could be a situation where the amount of force or energy you apply towards it or trying to change the direction will only make it worse, will actually maybe stop the situation. Maybe that's what this saying is, that, metaphorically, this is really saying, maybe it's up to you to get off of the bus. Get off of the chariot, get off of this merry-go-round ride. If this is some sort of politics vis-a-vis your workplace, your career, your religious life, your educational life, your family life, your circle of friends life, whatever it is, this may be the idea that your ability to really pull away here is what you need to do. You need to just sort of say, I'm taking my marbles and I'm going somewhere else. And a lot of times, the chariot reverse could be a metaphor for a lack of morale or crashing morale, or a sense of, some sort of sense of defeat. Maybe this is just, to me, saying, accept that this is perhaps a situation you're not going to change, and you have to consider what your options are to get away from it. So I think I processed it so much that it's dark cheese. Well, it's just cheese. But that's pretty much it then. And maybe tonight on the night prayers, which is on both the TFT YouTube channel and my own Oberon Osiris YouTube channel, different times, you can get some shadow work or something that will help you through that. So I'm going to probably put it back towards the more shadow work aspects of night prayers, and I'll be doing the shadow work from the Earth and Bone Oracle set, as well as the Dark Light Oracle set. So until next time, tonight or next time on Goth Tarot, thank you for watching. Don't forget the other programs on YouTube for TFT as well as our live streams and Banshee's Material Matters. And I believe there's an unhappy hour coming early next week, and maybe another surprise too. So we'll see you next time. Support us on all of our social media: Facebook, X, Instagram, Bluesky, Threads. Thanks. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.